And welcome back to the 2K series. I'm Mr. X, and I'm joined by Smiting Fatty. Right now, this is it's gonna be Game 3 Blitz. It's gonna be TK against SoaR, and it's tied 1-1. And I mean, right now, you're gonna join mid game. Nezlo picking up 2 huge kills in his own base, trying to defend his goal from SoaR attack.
Yeah, Nezlo is just tearing it up right now as he's 7-4, and we're not too far into the game. We had to start in the middle, but he's doing a great job until he gets taken out right there.
Yeah, right there, that's gonna be 3 down for TK, and Sharps need to gonna go huge in their base, and he gets taken out. And I mean, Nezlo is still playing that good defense. He's pretty much gonna be TK's defensive guy for this map. And right now they're on the side that's less favorable on Octane. You would want to be on the side that SoaR's on, because you can spawn trap that team behind the strip club, and with stuns and nades you can really just be extremely effective with holding them back from their own goal.
Yeah, that spawn trap's pretty dirty. I got put into it in a GB the other day. You do not want to get into it, but right now Methods continually just slaying and slaying. He's 11-5 right now, just doing the work. As Nezlo, he's right behind him at 9-5. But look at Theory. Theory needs to pick it up, 1-9.
Yeah, 1-9. I mean, you ain't gonna win many games with a breadstick in the kill column. And I'm actually on board with Methods right now. I switched teams. I jumped ship on TK. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm on board with Methods right now. And like you said, it's 13-5, and he is just dominating this map with his Remington mid-map. He's using muzzle on it. He's not using the grip like we've seen a lot of other players use. So he's able to get that little extra range, more damage at range. So definitely an attachment that you might want to consider on this map.
Oh yeah, and the Remington has relatively low recoil in my opinion anyways, but he is just doing work. I'm going to watch Spacely though, because Spacely is about to be able to cap again for his team. He has to wait for it to reset, but it looks like he might sit here and get on this spawn trap.
Yeah, he's gonna get on that
TK is
spawn
in
trap.
trouble.
Yeah, and that's a really smart play by Spacely to not take that goal and push up, grab an AR, get that spawn trap going. And here's where if you're TK, it's an interesting trade-off. The huge kill from Sharp right there, killing Spacely on the goal. If you're TK, it's extremely difficult to rotate back towards your base. So what you want to do in that situation is you want to overextend all the way into the other team's base and just keep relaying caps and going cap for cap. Because if you can go cap for cap, then the spawn trap really doesn't do much of anything, because you're not feeding them kills, and you're not giving up goals with not getting goals back. So in that situation, you definitely want to overextend and try and get those caps. And TK kept it a close, manageable game at 6-4, even though Theory is a 2-13, man. 2-13 Theory, I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a Smiting Fatty score right there, 2-13. But going into this second half, it looks like SoaR, they're showing that they can play some blitz here on Octane.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna go on board with TK, because they need to really step up their game, especially Theory. I mean, it's extremely difficult to win games when you have a teammate who's not really doing much in the slaying department. And this is really going back to the main problem with TK, is that they can't, because they don't have tons of slaying power to begin with, they can't afford for these games out of some of their players.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get somebody stepping up, like Gunjar, like you said, in that role. But SoaR's just playing so well with Methods. They're just doing all the slaying. So very impressed by SoaR so far.
Yeah, and I would not be shocked if we see this roster of them stay together. I mean, they seem to have tons of teamwork and chemistry. And right now, I mean, we're going to see Sharp get in there and get a goal for his team. So right now he's making it 6-5. And, TK, they really need to have Nezlo play that strong defense. They need to get another guy to watch his cross so nobody can get through there. And they need to flood their subs through the left side of the SoaR base.
Yeah, and right there we see Gunjar and Sharp go down. It just seems SoaR able to outslay them and outplay them, and Sharp's playing some good defense right there.
Huge play right there from Sharp, picking up 2 kills on his goal. And I mean, he had 3 teammates down at one point, and he was able to pick up those kills, and his teammates were able to spawn on him. That's one thing that in Blitz, it isn't much about positioning spawning. It's more about your teammates spawning. You can pretty much spawn almost on your teammates. As you just see right there, the teammates spawn right up next to Nezlo. And right there, I mean, those 2 kills are huge for Sharp. I mean, if he lets those 2 players kill him, his team pretty much is going to spawn far out, because the next teammate's going to get a far spawn because he's the first person in, and that probably would have been 2 caps for SoaR.
Yeah, that's exactly what I like about Blitz, though. It makes you pay attention to your map awareness, and if you spawn out, then you got to hightail it back to play a little bit of defense. And I think there's a huge strategy that comes into Blitz, especially on a map like Octane. You can get in a spawn trap so easily, and we already talked about the spawn trap behind the strip, but there's one that you can do on this side as well, which is a little bit harder to do. But Gunjar, he's doing some slaying right now, 16 and 16.
Yeah, Gunjar has really just been playing well all day from what I've seen. But right now, TK needs to push out and be more aggressive in the other team's base, because what SoaR's doing is they were picking up kills in their gas station. They were just kind of lamping around, we like to call it, where you're just kind of hiding. You're not really doing much, but you're just a threat to the other team. That was forcing their players on TK to not be able to push out and get any map control. With 2 minutes left, they're really going to need to put an aggressive play together, and it'll be interesting to see how SoaR plays. If SoaR goes and play more defensively, if SoaR's going to try and trade caps with TK, and that's another huge kill in the base for Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp showing he can play a little bit of defense. How do you play this? Like, if you're TK, we obviously have Neslo playing defense, but what's Sharp's role? Because seems like he's playing a lot of defense here.
Yeah, Sharp's role, to be honest, is probably to push out, and you see TK getting a score right there, trying to game. Sharp's role is to probably push out, and that's 2 kills right there for Sharp. He's going to need to push up. They have a guy at their bust those. He's able to take him out. What I'd like to see out of TK is I'd like to see Neslo get up into their top broken building and just watch that far left side of the map and middle. And then I would probably put another AR player up on top of the pawn shop to watch his cross, and also middle map. So you have 2 players watching middle map. As soon as the subs for TK can push into their base and get 1 or 2 kills, then you can start moving the AR players up for more of a defensive role to try and get a cap. And there you see Theory getting a huge cap to put his team up 7-6 with about just a minute to go.
Yeah, he was able to take Spacely out and just dominate. And let's see if he can get another kill. And he can. Big plays by Theory. He's only 13 and 20, but with those 3 caps, we'll excuse that score. And they are up by 1. This is a really tight game going in or past the minute mark.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, this is when players like Spacely, who are extremely sneaky, they try to get into your base and they try and hide. And this is where you really need to count players extremely effectively. If you're TK, you see Gunjar getting taken out in his base, and they're going to get capped on it. It looks like there's another guy in top broken, and this is going to be extremely difficult for TK. They're going to have to either overextend or get back into their base and play defense, and it looks like Theory's going to overextend, and he's going to be able to pick up a cap to put them down by 1, but they're going to need to get back into that base.
Yeah, it's all about getting the cap and then playing some D, and that's exactly what Theory's going to do. Picks up 1 more, but does get taken out, so big kills on both sides. 10-9, I believe is the score.
Actually, the Sharp is going to be able to get another cap if the clock runs down, and he's going to get one, but it looks like they gave up another one in the process. So, right there, you see TK, they're going to take this one 11-9. Huge plays right there on the defensive end and on the offensive end. Right there, they got super aggressive. They overextended. They were able to kind of just catch SoaR. SoaR really never went back and cleared their base out, and they never really got caps overextending. So smart plays right there to TK.
Yes, Methods 23 and 11, but TK showing that they don't have to outslay just to win a game, and that's where those game smarts come in. TK, very impressive taking that matchup.
Yeah, TK is going to go up in the series 2-1, and I believe the next map is going to be done. Let's see what they switch the map to. Actually, I think we're changing host, but this is for a spot in the finals right now. You have on the other side of the bracket, you have Fuse is playing Curse Las Vegas right now. I don't have a score update on that. I believe the last time I saw that Curse Las Vegas was up 1-0, that they won, I believe, the domination. I didn't see the stats for the other map, but going into this next domination, what do you expect to see out of both teams here?
Oh, I expect to see some awesomeness. I've said that 100 times. But no, I expect to. I want to see some high slaying games. I expect Methods to try to pick the slack up from this last game. I'm almost saying he's going to go double with his KD.
Okay. Yeah, in the first domination, we didn't see too good of slaying out of Neslo. He's really going to need to just step that up going into this next one. And I'm just trying to get into the lobby. Let's see. I got an invite from Gunjar, but it's just me and Gunjar in here, so I don't know if Gunjar is actually hosting. But, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come right back with Game 4 in this series between No, game 3. Yeah, it's game 4. Yeah, actually, game 4 in this series with TK and SoaR.